So in today's session, we'll do the topic of models of process improvement. Those who have the textbook, please mention the page number in the chat box. So the first model is PDCA cycle. Okay, it's also called as Deming cycle. Okay, Stewart cycle. There are different names for it. It's mentioned in the textbook, so please study those names as well. Okay, different names can be asked in as a question as well. Okay, so make sure you learn all the names of different models of process improvement and also the abbreviations. Be very clear about the abbreviations. So PDCA cycle, plan, do, check, act. That is the full form of it. Okay. There are a lot many variations to it. PDSA cycle, Deming cycle, Shewhart cycle. These are different names to it. Okay. This is a 4-step model to carry out any change that you want to do in your workplace. Okay. And this is a cycle or circle. It does not have a start or an end. Okay. It should be repeated again and again for continuous improvement. What is continuous improvement? It does not have a stop. Okay. Again and again in this, even if you have brought some change in your existing process, any process, okay, it does not stop there. In few days, in few months, you will again see what more we can do here, what other change we can bring here. Okay. And it is also a project planning tool. So when do you use a PDCA cycle? When you want to start a new improvement project, you want to develop a new improved design of process or service, okay? Defining a repetitive work process in these instances, planning data collection and analysis in order to verify and prioritize problems or root causes, implementing any change, working towards continuous improvement. In all these situations, you are using a PDCA cycle. Okay. So plan, to check, act, the procedure. What does it mean? Plan. In the plan stage, you have to recognize an opportunity and plan a change. Okay. Understand where I should start working. Okay. Identify one opportunity and start changing that. Okay. The second step is do. You have to test the change, carry out a small scale study and all. Okay. Teach people, train your staff, create awareness among the staff, do operational changes. Okay. Implement whatever you have planned, implement that. Okay. Carrying out the change is the do phase. In the check phase, you review, okay, what change you have brought just now. You see how it is working. You analyze the results of the new change. Okay, identify what mistakes you have made. Okay, how can you do it better? That is in the check phase. And finally, the act phase. This is an action-based phase where whatever you have learned from the check phase, you act on it. Just by understanding your mistake is not enough. Okay, improving after understanding the mistake is what we call as an act phase. Okay, if the change what you have brought did not work, you have to find another plan. You have to come up with a different plan. That is the act phase. Okay, and if you are successful in the check phase, when you analyze the result, you see whatever change you have brought in, it's working well, it has brought you the success. Okay, you will incorporate what you have learned from this test to wider changes. Right now, one process you have changed, and what change you brought in that process gave you success. You have learned, yes, this thing will work. Okay. So all the departments with the same process have to implement this change. Okay. Use what you have learned to plan new improvements, beginning the cycle all over again. This is the PDCA cycle. Then we have the Kaizen Blitz tool. Kaizen is a continuous improvement strategy. Okay. But Kaizen word has a larger span. But when we talk about Kaizen Blitz, okay, Kaizen Blitz is a short-term study. Okay. It is also called as a Kaizen event in some cases. It is a small but a very comprehensive and actionable effort that employees can take to identify the areas of improvement in a business and quickly implement it. Okay. You find something is wrong, immediately you come up with a plan to correct that. Okay. Which does not take much time. It's a small change that you're making. That is a Kaizen Blitz. When you make big changes that take a lot of time to implement. Okay, you want everyone on team. Okay, it is very extensive. Any change that you bring, if it is very extensive in nature, that is not Kaizen Blitz, that is Kaizen. Okay, that is a different cycle. But the theme in Kaizen Blitz and Kaizen, both are the same. It is continuous improvement. Okay. And this Kaizen Blitz is a very short-term process improvement approach. Okay, and it involves very few people, and it can be executed within few days. Okay, and it focuses only on one area, and what in that area, what change you want to bring, that is done. Okay, and it intends to show some visible results in a very short period of time. And Kaizen Blitz, you can use the DMAC cycle here in Kaizen Blitz as well. Okay. And why do you use Kaizen Blitz? You use it has certain advantages over other tools. Okay, and it's like it uses simple tools and processes. Kaizen Blitz will encourage collaboration between small team members. Okay, it encourages high level of commitment in everyone because everyone has an eye out for what Kaizen Blitz change I can bring, what Kaizen event I can initiate. So everyone is committed towards this. Okay. It highlights quick decision making because you can't do an extensive brainstorming session and all for Kaizen Blitz. Immediately today you see a problem. Today by evening itself you should get a solution for it. So quick decision making has to be done so that from tomorrow onwards you can initiate the change within few days. Everything is successful. That is Kaizen Blitz. It delivers immediate results. Okay. And Kaizen, as I mentioned, it is a terminology which means change for better, continuous improvement, okay, or just improvement. Anything is Kaizen. So it's a business philosophy that from top management to the operational level managers, everyone uses this continuous improvement philosophy. Okay. Everyone is an agent of change. When you work in a Kaizen philosophy based company, everyone is an agent of change. If you are making small changes, you are in a Kaizen Blitz event. Okay. If you are involved in a big changes, you are in a big continuous improvement or the strategic change event. Okay. Is it clear to all so far? Is it clear to all these two tools so far? So next is PDSA, Plan, Do, Study, Act. Okay. Study came here. It means something related to research. Okay. Something study means a research. Okay. So this is also a systematic process for gaining valuable learning and knowledge because here you are learning something. Okay. For the same reason, for continuous improvement of a product, process, or a service, you have to learn something. Okay. So again, the same cycle, it starts with the plan step. Okay, the first step is plan. Here you have to identify one goal or a purpose. Okay, and then you have to make a theory, because now you're going to do a study. Okay, so you have to formulate a theory. A hypothesis has to be formulated. Okay, the study will tell you if the hypothesis has been proven right or wrong, true or false. That is end of the study. But start with a hypothesis, start with a theory. Okay, what, for example, if I use Six Sigma for my accounts department, it will give a better financial control in this year. Okay, so this is a theory. I have not implemented Six Sigma. Okay, I have not analyzed the financial statement yet, but this is my theory. Okay, theory is a speculation. Theory is a speculation. You think it may work. This may work. Okay, so that is a theory. If I hire 5 ICU certified nurses, or a critical care trained nurses, uh, the ICU efficiency will improve. This is a theory. Okay. I have not yet hired the nurse. I have not yet seen the improvement in the ICU, but I am theorizing the statement. So that is, you have to formulate a theory that happens in the plan step. Okay. Then you have the do step. In do step, all the components of the plan is implemented. Okay. Such as, uh, for example, let's say hiring critical care trained nurse. I need 5 critical care trained nurse. So what I will do, I will go to the HR, I will tell my requirements, okay, place an advertisement uh, that we require 5 positions vacancy for critical care trained nurse for ICU has started. So and so will be the salary. Joining date should be this. Okay. Interested candidates are supposed to email or reach out in to this number or this email. Okay. This will be my do phase. Okay. I'm taking action for my plan to be objectified. Okay. So all the necessary actions will be taken in the do step. Then in the study step, the HR, okay, whoever is the HR will get enrollments from the candidates. Okay, all critical care nurses who are interested will contact the HR. Okay, HR and I will sit and see who is a good candidate for us, who has the best experience, who has an authentic critical care training certificate. Okay, who has good communication skills. Okay, who are in the same town. Instead of bringing a nurse from a completely new state, it's better to hire people who are in the same town so that they can join as soon as possible. And there is no issues in relocating and all. Okay, so I will analyze the data that I have gathered from the do phase. Whatever data I have gathered, this would be CV resumes that I have gathered. We will compare it. Okay, we will summarize who will be the finally we will summarize who will be the 5 candidates which we have selected. So this all will come under the study phase, because we have the data, we are going through the data, we are studying everyone's resume, we are reading everyone's CV resume and all. Okay, we are conducting interviews. Okay, and act step, this is the final step. Okay, so we have hired 5 critical care nurses. They are positioned in the ICU. Okay, they will start working. Okay, and again the plan to study act will continue. Why? Just by hiring them, putting them into ICU, okay, placing them in the ICU, and when they start work, has the ICU improved in work efficiency? That we are yet to know. Okay, so that's why this cycle continues. Plan to study act, it continues. Okay, is it clear? It is very similar to plan to check act as well. In check, it is more like a control strategy. Okay. after this plan to PDCA, when you want to see how the nurses are doing, okay, are they actually improving the efficiency of the ICU? That's where you can do the PDCA cycle, plan, do, check, act, because then you can use your control strategies to train your nurses, okay, to correct their mistakes. Okay, wherever they are failing, you can correct them. So you can do control strategies there. So that can become a PDCA cycle. From PDSA, you got a PDCA. Okay. Then we have the rapid PDCA, sorry, rapid PDSA cycle. This is more like I always say, this is a trial and error kind of a situation. Okay. So this is the testing, rapid PDCA is testing, okay, in laboratories and all. Okay. You can use a rapid PDCA cycle because it's more like a trial and error. You are doing trial and error, short-term trial and errors, whatever works, works. It's like that. Okay. So in rapid, when you are repeating the test, when you consider PDCA, you have understood. Okay. Plan, do, check, act. In act stage, whatever study results you have, based on that, you will act. Okay. Should the change be increased? Should the change be adopted? Okay. Should the change be abandoned? What will be next? That is what the rapid PDCA will tell you. Okay. In rapid PDCA, after acting, you look at yourself, what change you have brought. Do you want to repeat the test or do you want something else? Okay. Whatever barriers you have faced, what you can do differently this time in the future. Okay. Like for example, you have hired 5 critical care nurses. Okay. Then you see that is not much efficiency in the ICU. Okay. So again, you will check what can we do more. Okay. Even new nurses have come, but still the ICU's work efficiency has not improved. Is there something wrong in the ICU's infrastructure, in the physical structure? Okay. Are there any physical barriers? Does our staff require some more training? Existing staff, do they require more training? Or the staff that you have brought in, do they require more training? So all these things have to be taught. That comes under rapid PDSA. Okay, you have done one change. From that change, you will learn something. Okay, and to improve the existing situation, you will do something more. So you can see this one PDCA cycle you have done. Okay, you see, you have not reached your potential yet. What went wrong? Okay, maybe your physical infrastructure of the ICU was not correct. Okay, so in the second PDSA, you will change the infrastructure of the ICU. Maybe it was a 20 bedded ICU. You will divide the ICU into 2 sections, 10 bedded each. Okay, so the less number of bed, the more efficient the staff will be. Okay, so now you have created a partition, created a barrier. You have made one ICU into 2 ICU. That physical change you have brought in. Again, you see, you have not yet reached some positivity is there, but still not what you have expected. Okay, so you will understand the new staff as well as the old staff. Both of them require some specific training. Okay, so you will give that specific training. Okay, so this is the rapid PDSA cycle, continuously one after the other to reach the main purpose or main objective. One after the other changes you will incorporate, bring in. Okay, that is rapid PDSA. Then we have the focus PDCA. Again, PDCA, I will not explain again. PDCA, PDSA, I think you have an idea now. Okay. But in focus, okay, FOCUS, that is an abbreviation. Focus is an abbreviation. PDCA remains the same. Why focus? Why did focus came here? Because the focus PDCA you can use in big institutions like a medical college, medical college hospitals, which are usually 1,000 bedded and above. Imagine the number of issues, problems you will be facing. Thousands of problems. 1,000 bedded hospital means thousands of problems. Okay. So you can't solve 1,000 problems at the same time, right? One problem at a time. That is focus PDCA. Focus on one problem at a time. Like that you can remember. Okay. So F stands for find a process to improve. Okay. You are a Six Sigma green belt certified employee. Okay. You know that there are 1,000 processes in your hospital that requires improvement. Okay. 1,000 things to be changed, but you can't begin changing all those 1,000 things at the same time, right? So you will find one process. You will start with that. Okay. Find one process to improve. Organize a team. For example, you have found that there is something wrong going on in the ICU. Okay, there is a lot of morbidity, mortality rate in the ICU. Okay, so you as a team, you as a Six Sigma green belt, you will not go to the HDU or the general ward and organize a team. You will organize a team. You will take few of your colleagues, okay, and few of the staffs from the ICU to be in the team because they know the process. ICU staff will know the ICU process better, nobody else. Okay, so organize a team that knows the process. Okay, you along with some other Six Sigma green belt employees because they know Six Sigma as well, they know the process. Okay, ICU, you will take ICU staffs also because they also know the ICU process. Okay, you will discuss with each other what is wrong. Okay, you will clarify your knowledge of the process. You can do the fishbone diagram and also you all will sit together. You can do a fishbone diagram to find out the root cause, understand what is causing the issues. Okay, so you will discuss what you know, you will tell them what they know, they will tell you. Okay, so you are clarifying the theoretical part. Okay, you will understand the causes of process variation. You will understand the root cause. Okay, you can use a 5 by technique here. You can use a root cause analysis here, and you will U stands for understanding the causes of process variation. And finally S. Okay, once you have understood the process variation or root causes. Okay, root causes can come from 6 different stages: man, method, materials, manufacturing. Okay, there are different areas through which some process variations can take place. Okay, so select the process improvement. You may have 5 different solutions to give improvement to this situation. Okay, but all the 5 solutions you cannot implement. You do not have the budget for that. You do not have the team for that. Okay, so you will select the best process improvement strategy and start PDCA for it. Okay, and if it does not work again, you will go for the second best option. You will do the PDCA for it. That also does not work. You go to the third option. You will do the PDCA for it. Okay. So this is the focus PDCA. Okay. So far, is it clear to all? PDCA, PDSA and all? So read about these till focus PDCA, read about it in your textbook. If you have any queries, you can ask in the chat box. Remaining models of process improvement we'll do next week. Okay. We'll not do all the process improvement together, otherwise you will be confused. Till here, if you have any queries, you can ask in the chat box. Clear